What's up? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. I hope all is well. Oh, man. Oh, man. I received a cease and desist letter yesterday. So I wanted to share it with you guys. I guess I feel like Candace Owens now. Because when you know, you know. I know. And I love how they try to do it. They try to do it so, the city tried to do it so smoothly, but everybody's incompetent and corrupt and all don't belong in their positions, that they do everything wrong. And they think that we don't know, or they're so used to us not fighting back that they think they could just do anything. I hate that. I hate that for them. I hope you're watching. I hope you're watching, Dennis Rafael. I hope you're watching. I hope you are watching. Dennis Rafael, this is for you. Since y'all watch all the time, so I'm going to do this one especially for you. All right. I'm trying to figure out what should I read first. What's up, Latanya? How you doing, Latanya? See you, Latanya. All right. So we on. So I received this and deceased letter yesterday. But quickly, because some people probably may not know what a cease and desist letter is. So, it is a formal notice from a person or company or their attorney telling you to stop doing something, making statements, posting content, contacting someone. Avoid legal action if you continue. It's not a lawsuit, it's a warning. Its purpose is to protect the sender's legal rights without immediately going to court. So, how it works usually comes from an attorney. Like in my case, it came from a lady named Melanie Miles Chico. We'll talk about her later on. Claims you are doing something illegal or defamatory, like spreading misinformation, often gives a deadline to stop. My deadline is August 19th to take down everything. But I want y'all to understand, receiving one does not mean you're guilty. And also you can ignore it, though it's not recommended without consulting an attorney. And I consulted my attorney. You can respond or challenge it, especially if your statements are fact-based and truthful, which mine has always been. And if the sender files a lawsuit, that's when the case goes to court. And I want them to file a lawsuit. I really do. I really want them to file a lawsuit. So, and so yeah, so we're going to get into the cease and desist letter. All right. Let's see where we at. So it came from Dykema, Dykema law firm. It's addressed August 12th, 2025. And the lawyer is Melanie J. Chico. Demand to Zoli to cease and desist and remove defamatory statement. Dear Miss Lee, Our firm represents CorVel and Mr. Rafael in Notre Dame Affordable Housing for City of Chicago, case number 18 CV 8116. We have discovered a significant number of troubling social media posts from you dating back to at least November 2023 on multiple occasions and across multiple social media platforms. You posted Mr. Rafael's photograph, identified his position and employment at CorVel, demanded his firing, and accused him of committing crimes and called for his arrest. See Group Exhibit 1, an example set forth below. From November 7th, 8th, 2023, you wrongfully posted Mr. Rafael's photo and accused him of insurance fraud and bad faith on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. On November 9th, November 29th, December 10th, and December 21st, 2023, and February 19th, 2024, you wrongfully posted, "Can't wait until the feds greet Dennis Rafael," calling for Mr. Rafael's arrest, firing and imprisonment on Twitter. On January 5th, 2024, you wrongfully posted on Facebook calling for Mr. Rafael to be fired and arrested for insurance fraud. On February 27th, April 7th, April 10th, and May 29th, 2024, you wrongfully accused Mr. Rafael of insurance fraud on Twitter. On April 11th, 2024, you wrongfully accused Mr. Rafael of insurance fraud on Facebook. On August 1st, 2024, you wrongfully indicated that Mr. Rafael was participating in insurance fraud on YouTube. Not only do these posts contradict your claim that you first became aware of misconduct supporting the motion to vacate in March 2025, they are false, misleading, harassing, damaging to the reputation and professional integrity of my client, and constitute an invasion of privacy. Moreover, our concerns are generated not just by content of your posts, but also your prior arrest record of battery. Your repeated calls for action against Mr. Rafael raise valid concerns for his safety. We hereby demand that you delete all of her posts referring to Mr. Rafael and CorVel, delete Mr. Rafael's photo and you post it without permission, and refrain from publishing and disseminating further false, misleading, and harassing statements about Mr. Rafael and CorVel. We request that you provide written confirmation of your intent to comply with these demands on before August 19th, 2025. My client reserves all the legal rights and remedies regarding this matter, including claims for damage, injunctive relief. We hope to resolve this matter without the need for further escalation. Dakima Gossip PLLC, Melanie J. Chico, CC Rosa Tumalan. All right, and then they sent me all of this stuff that I posted about this man. That is true. So one of them says, "I just want the city of Chicago," this was 11/7/2023. "I just want the city of Chicago to pay my mother for this fraudulent claim. Statute of claims in Illinois is 2 years, but this Rafael, senior multi-line liability claim specialist at CCMSI, said the statute of limitations was 1 year. Insurance fraud. If you put a claim in with the city of Chicago with Dennis Rafael between 2017 and present and was denied, I will circle back around. Mr. Rafael has committed insurance fraud. Bad faith insurance refers to insurers attempting to renege on its obligations of his client." And I posted the picture of him. There's a picture I was showing earlier. Then I put, "Dear City Council, hi, my name is Zoe. For 17 weeks, I was protesting outside for my mother's building being illegally demolished. I can count on one hand who came to see me. You also know I have a federal lawsuit pending against the City of Chicago. Also, City of Chicago claimed the adjuster committed fraud who still works there. The alderman in the ward where my generational wealth was illegally demolished hasn't even apologized. Alderman David Moore. The ward I live in now Hopkins has this inn that's full of prostitution and drugs. That's when the illegals was staying at the inn in Chicago and Streeterville. I'm trying to tell you, I've been in this now. I've studied this. I realized that these people were some doo-doo when I first, after 6 months. Okay, so I got all this, but thank you for reminding me of this one. Then I say I was living my best life in Atlanta. Beautiful women and vibes. I had to stop building my brand Uncomfortable Truth lifestyle to fight for my mother. You are absolutely out of your mind if you think you're going to ban me from city council meeting. As long as I'm not committing a crime and disrupting corruption is not it. If you would do better, we wouldn't be down there. More of the local government officials have blocked me. That's a lawsuit. So stop playing with me. Blame Carlos Ramirez Rosa for acting like the queen he is last Thursday. He did this. Keep the bus coming. Biden isn't sending anyone else. See you tomorrow. I don't even know why they put that in there because that didn't say nothing about him, but they put it in there. Meet Dennis Rafael. Mr. Rafael has been an insurance claim adjuster for 39 years in the Illinois area. Mr. Rafael specializes in commercial property loss, commercial casualty claims, and liability claims. Mr. Rafael has committed insurance fraud on behalf of the city of Chicago and violated my mother's due process. Bad faith insurance refers to an insurer's attempt to renege on his obligations. Mr. Rafael sent a letter to my mother that the statute of limitations had expired. And so any lawyer, y'all listening to me? Yes, hello, how you doing? So any lawyer to the renege, the Chicago violation of 5th Amendment, Blight Property Act, Mr. Rafael sent a letter and told my mother that the statute of limitations had expired. I got everything. Had expired. And told any lawyer that mother tried to hire that as well. Say hello to Dennis. If you know anyone who put a claim against the city between 2017 and was denied, I would circle back around. There he goes. I wrote that again. This is 2023. And then he has my Twitter. But before I go back to my regular life, David Moore and Dennis Rafael needs to be removed from their jobs, which they do. I can't wait until the feds greet Dennis Rafael, which I do. Good morning to everyone but Dennis Rafael and Deb Silverstein, because she pissed me off. She's the 50th ward. Is Dennis Rafael still working in claims for the city of Chicago? All the people need to be let go except 10. Tony Preckwinkle has to go. The whole Brandon administration has to go. Jason Irvin wife got to go. Dennis Rafael got to go into jail. Now, this was 12/21/2023. Thank you for reminding me of all these things, because now that we are in 2025, these people still have to go. Now, only if the feds come and figure out the illegal immigration money laundering scheme and pick David Moore and David Rafael up as well, I'll be so grateful. That was April 29th, 2024. Okay, this is how I'm in this. Okay, I've been trying to get the feds to come here for a very long time. Okay. I realized the Democratic Party was some trash. I'm trying to tell you, after I spent 17 weeks standing outside, because nobody in their right mind would continue to vote Democrat if you are outside protesting from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday. Summertime shop. Ain't nothing better than this. Is the best summertime ever. I'm from New York. I know the city of Chicago summertime is the best summertime. And y'all got me outside for 17 weeks. I already knew that we was dealing with some bullshit as a Democratic Party. That's how long it took me. So I don't know why it's taking y'all years and y'all in denial, but it's okay. It's okay to move on over. We don't have no allegiance to anybody but ourselves. So you don't have to feel bad about going over to the red side, because you cannot sit here and say they both trash when you've been giving your vote to these same Democrats for 40 years and look at our communities. The Republicans didn't do our communities like this, so y'all can go ahead with that bullshit. And if you're in a place, in a Republican place, a Republican area, and your community look like that, then that's, hey, you need to talk to your people like that. But I know all the blue cities and all the blue major cities that are predominantly Black American, we ain't got nothing to show for it. And I know we spend as much money as anybody in ethnicity and nationality. So I don't want to hear that. We got Dennis Rafael is the claim adjuster for the city of Chicago. He committed bad faith insurance fraud and he still works for the city. Yeah, he does. Dennis Rafael is a claim adjuster for the city of Chicago. He committed bad faith insurance fraud and still works for the city. He just works from behind the scenes now because I know he got so much dirt and they're scared to fire him, but it will come out soon. Pay my mother her money. The city of Chicago owes my mother. Arrest Dennis Rafael. He's the claim adjuster for the city of Chicago. He's committing fraud on the city behalf. But I got to go on the third floor. Y'all crazy for real. That's when they was trying to put us up on the third floor. And I was like, no. I love how they showed me too, like where they put Mr. Steele Wig and then Raphael. At least they know. If the city of Chicago can find $70 million for the immigrants, the illegals, the migrants, I'm positive they can find the money for the illegal demolition of my mother's property on top of the insurance fraud Dennis Rafael committed on behalf of the city. I'm absolutely positive. That was April 10th, 2024. Find my mother's money. This was 12/10/2023. Find my mother money for the illegal eminent domain. Fire Dennis Rafael, the city of Chicago claim adjuster for insurance fraud. Find a $2.2 billion for the South and West Side communities. Thank you. And that's when I tagged the FBI and the Justice Department and the Chicago Police and Chicago OIG. And that was December 10th, 2023. Then February 27th, 2024, they had me saying, then when my mother went to put the claim adjuster, Dennis Rafael, who still works there, but deactivated his LinkedIn, which he did. That's where I got this picture from too. So when they say that, like, I can't use this picture, this is public knowledge. This is your LinkedIn picture. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. I'm the wrong Negro. Okay, like I'm the wrong. I am a entrepreneur. I'm a CEO. I don't work for nobody. I've always worked for myself. You cannot cancel me at all. You cannot scare me or anything like that. The only thing that y'all are doing right now is trying to keep my mother funds away from her, because right now, it's crucial because we got people that's running against y'all and we got the people behind us. But we're going to show you that y'all can hold up this lawsuit, y'all can hold up this money, y'all can do all y'all want. We got the people behind us. And when we have the people behind us and we move the righteous way, we're going to get y'all removed anyway. So that's bad faith insurance by the city of Chicago. Then 5/9/2024, Dennis Rafael committed insurance fraud on behalf of the city, saying my mother's statute of limitations ran out and it didn't. And now we are patiently waiting to hear from the judge when it comes to our thing. So then I wrote January 5th, 2024. Thank you, Boomer Chicago. We will not be voting for Bring Chicago Home, which we did not. Congratulations. They never brought Michael Young Bay family home. And also that has to do, Also, anything that has to do with Chicago's mayor is a criminal organization. Next up, where is the breakdown for the 735 million since y'all let him use COVID-19 money? Now, mind you, I post this January 5th, 2024. Where is the $2.2 billion for the South Side and West Side communities? Where are the illegals leaving? When are the illegals leaving the Lakeshore Hotel? And I tagged Alderman Yancey. When are the illegals moving from the inner Chicago and Streeterville, Alderman Hopkins Ward? It's ran by Alderman Andre Vasquez. And when is Dennis Rafael going to be fired and arrested for committing insurance fraud on behalf of the city of Chicago? It's time to investigate Carlos Ramirez Rosa, 35th Ward, Rosanna Rodriguez Sanchez, 33rd Ward, Michael Rodriguez, 22nd Ward. So then we got April 11, 2024. The housing and property crisis unfolding across America, particularly in the city of Chicago. It appears there's not enough attention is being given to this pressing issue, which has dire consequences for countless families like mine. My family has been directly impacted by the corruption and negligence of the city of Chicago. Our commercial mixed-use property, which represented our generational wealth, was illegally demolished by the city despite our efforts to seek justice. We have faced continuous stonewalling and obstruction from city officials, including aldermen, commissioners, Cook County president, and lawyers. For the past 6 months, we have been awaiting a response from the judge in the Northern District Federal Court regarding the illegal demolition of our building and the lack of compensation from the city. Alderman David Moore of the 17th Ward has been complicit in this injustice, failing to represent the best interests of his constituents. Furthermore, during the course of our legal battle, it has come to light that my mother was also a victim of insurance fraud perpetrated by Dennis Rafael, an insurance claim adjuster hired by the city of Chicago. Mr. Rafael's action constituted a gross violation of my mother's rights under the 14th Amendment and exemplifies bad faith insurance practices. Despite our efforts to seek redress through the legal system, we have encountered numerous roadblocks, including false accusations false assertions of expired statute of limitations by Mr. Rafael. It is clear that it is a systematic issue of corruption and injustice within the city, which must be addressed urgently. Also, Dexter Reed shot at the police first, and 96 shots didn't hit his body, not even 16. And they're trying to make it a Laquan McDonald situation, and it's nowhere near that. So yeah, so that is it. That is the cease and desist letter, and they said they want me to erase everything by August 9th. So what I decided to do is I'm going to give my side, and then I would love them to take me to court so I can prove that this man violated bad faith insurance. And then hopefully they will settle my case that's over here. That's how we're going to do that. All right, we're going to start with this.
I understand you were trying to get through oh, this is for Charlene Marsh. I'm not sure if I've gotten the right person or not. I'm calling from the City of Chicago Law Department. I understand you were trying to get through over the long weekend. In any event, there are three things you can do if you want money for demolished property. If we're just talking about a little bit of money, the Alderman's Committee on Finance, and I'm surprised your Alderman didn't mention that to you. If this is a more serious problem, and I rather suspect it is, and it's happened rather recently, call Anya Delgado. Her direct line is 312-744-5650. She will send out the paperwork for you to apply to the claims division, which is like an insurance division within the city, which will consider the matter. 744 or 312-744-5650, and it's Anya Delgado, but that's her line, so either she'll pick it up or somebody who's doing the same thing that she's doing while she's out to lunch or something. The third route is to file a lawsuit. You can do this pro se, in which case go on down to the to the county building or the Daily Center up on the 6th floor or the 8th floor, depending on how much money you're interested in, and file a lawsuit. Better yet, your attorney, because if you're running this kind of an operation, you've probably got an attorney, and that attorney can tell you what your prospects are. Anyway, that's the information. Committee on Finance, calling Anya Delgado, or filing a lawsuit, and you do that by going to the Daily Center and asking them how to proceed. There are people there that would help you.
All right. I'm going to play that one more time. I need y'all to understand.
This is for Charlene Marsh. I'm not sure if I've gotten the right person or not. I understand your weekend. In any event, there are three things you can do if you want money for demolished property. If we're just talking about a little bit of money, the Alderman's Committee on Finance, and I'm surprised your Alderman didn't mention that to you. If this is a more serious problem, and I rather suspect it is, and it's happened rather recently, call Anya Delgado. Her direct line is 312-744-5650. She will send out the paperwork for you to apply to the claims division, which is like an insurance division within the city, which will consider the matter. 744 or 312.
So this was my mother kept this voicemail. So my mother kept this voicemail. That voicemail, her name is Ann. She works, she's still there actually. She worked in the law department for demolitions, is what I was told by Kimberly Roberts. Kimberly Roberts is she is a like assistant corporate counsel for buildings department. She actually is the person who shut down R. Kelly's studio. Kimberly Roberts. She's proud of that. You can look that up. She got a video, I think, on YouTube or something like that. But yeah, but she is the one who let me know that Ann still works there, and that's Ann on the voicemail. And she told me that last year when I met with her, Greg Mitchell, Chris Talaferro, Miss Jessica was there, Monique Scott. No, Monique Scott wasn't there. Stephanie Coleman, Ron Mosley. They were there, and they were trying to figure out how they can make me whole. But the whole was like me to take like $100,000, something stupid like that. They was willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? No. Y'all knocked the whole building down, like a whole commercial mixed-use building. So anyway, this was left on my mother's voicemail October 9th, 2018. That a day after the long weekend, which was Columbus Day weekend. My mother had already filed a police report when like I keep saying that our electrician let us know what happened, that they knocked the building down. And when my mother went to get all of the information, which I don't think that this is why I feel so sorry for us, because we allow the government to tell us anything, and we allow these messed up employees tell us anything, but then we have no representation that's going to stand with us, so they tell us anything. Just like they thought that they were going to tell my mom that the statute of limitations, like basically, he didn't even say the statute of limitations. I brought up the statute of limitations because he told an attorney that was a law firm that was willing to work with us with filing the lawsuit. But he told my mom they just wrote us a letter. Wrote my mom a BS letter, and the letter was bullshit. It didn't explain anything. It didn't say anything, because what happened was he was going to do a favor for his whoever he did this favor for. So let me get. I'm trying to get the demolition paper. That's where we could start at. These niggas is wild. These are wild niggas. Try to scare me with a cease and desist letter. Y'all need to pay my mother. Like at this point, I just got to pay my mother. Only reason why y'all sent us the cease and desist letter because I accidentally sent a judgment letter to the city, and I was supposed to send it. I was sending it to my my lawyer friend. His name is John as well. But I sent it by accident to John Hendricks. And of course, they are trying their hardest not to give us any money because they know that we're running for office. That's number one. And number two is they want us to continue to suffer. And if I get the judgment that I'm going to get, but when the judgment that the money when that eventually is released after I do what I have to do with that situation, they are not ready. They know that I can not be uncomfortable like the way that I am. And that's the only reason why they're holding us back. They would like if I didn't put this out here, if I didn't do all the things that I did, you know what I'm saying, like that, because now it's all big and all this stuff, that, I mean, everybody sees it and everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen, they don't want to settle. They don't want to settle, and they know that they're in the wrong. And he knows he's in the wrong because you saw what you did. Like that was, you was wild. So the lady who once I get, I'm gonna get this. The lady who sent the letter on behalf of the city for a favor, because I sent it by accident to this weirdo, John Hendricks. John Hendricks. So I sent it to him by accident, and he's been there for ever. Get it to John Hendricks. So I always send stuff to John Hendricks when I tell him to settle my fucking case, settle my mother's case, because he has a lot to do with it as well. And he's also advising Mary Richardson Lousy to not settle it as well. So they're just holding off. So John Hendricks, get to my man, Johnny. So John Hendricks is the managing deputy corporation counsel for the city of Chicago's Department of Law. And he has been in his position since he's been in his position since 2020, but he's been working for the city since 1987. So he's been corrupt for a very long time. And he probably run the city, but he always keeps himself as down, like at the bottom, like as an assistant, like how Jackson Potter is with CTU. He really runs CTU, but he makes himself as the assist, like the vice president, and he got Stacey Davis Gates, where he's really like running the shots. That's how this guy is. He makes $143,000. And he has been employed by the city since 1987, serving as various legal roles within the Department of Law. As of 2020, he held the position of deputy corporation counsel and has earned a salary of $143,000 for continuing to be corrupt. So what he did was he went to this, he probably had this guy. He went to him first. It's the Kimba law firm, right? So let me go to it. Let me go to the law firm. Let me go to the law firm. Guy came up. Dykema. This is the law firm right here. All right. So, Dykema. This is Dykema. This is one who sent me the cease and desist letter. They're located 10 South Wacker Drive, Suite 2300, Chicago, Illinois 60606. Dykema Chicago's lawyers provide a broad array of legal services in such areas as corporate finance, litigation, consumer financial services, bankruptcy, restructuring, environmental, intellectual property, taxation, and estates employment, real estate, and government policy. There's Melanie Chico. She's the office contact. She's the one who sent the cease and desist letter because she did a favor. She did a favor because, let me show y'all. All right. So that's Melanie Chico that sent the letter. She's an attorney at Dykema Gossett PLLC, and she's representing Rafael and CorVel, but only for the cease and desist letter, not the city or federal case. Now, I know she did a favor because her brother, and God rest his soul, Stewart, let me show you Stewart real quick. So this is Stewart right here. So Stuart Miles, he passed away in 2023, but Stewart used to be a lawyer at the city of Chicago. And he don't know what was the cause, his passing, but he was a lawyer there. And so that is her brother. And he was the assistant corporation counsel of the city of Chicago. He graduated from John Marshall Law. No, let me get into them. Get all into it. I'm going to just tell you, this is how they all stick together. He went John Marshall Law, and then he happens to be, he happened to be a lawyer from 2020 to 2023. So, and then he passed away. And that happens to be her brother. And he used to work for the city. So John here, I'm pretty sure, because he's been here since 1987. And he's trying to, and I sent him my judgment by accident. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll go somewhere else. You see them about to get some money in, and they're trying to hold off on this because they're going to lose. They're going to lose. My mother's case, they're going to lose because not only did Bradley Wilson, the city of Chicago attorney, who's actually on all the cases, my case I have against against Michelle Harris, David Moore, all that for violence in my First Amendment, all those things arrested me. He's on that case. He's on my mother's case. They put him on everything. So that's what I'm saying. So they couldn't put him on that case. They couldn't put him on a cease and desist case, right? Because it looked too crazy. So he reached over to Melanie because they used this law firm a lot because this man right here goes way back. Get my man at. Get my man. This man right here. All right, let's get into my man. What's my man name again? Harry N. Arger is a seasoned litigator at Dykema Gossett PLLC with over 30 years of experience in various areas of law, including civil rights, product liability, commercial litigation, and consumer financial services. He has represented a diverse range of clients such as mortgage companies, financial institutions, insurance carriers, municipalities, product manufacturers, service entities, railroads, public officials, and other professional individuals and entities. His practice encompasses disputes involving mortgage, class actions, banking disputes, breach of fiduciary duties, product liability, intellectual property, contracts, tort claims, biometric information privacy litigation. And his role has been involved in several high-profile cases, including representing the city of Chicago in civil rights litigations. For instance, he was part of the legal team that successfully defended the city in the civil rights case Suge Hire versus City of Chicago, where the jury found favor in the police department. Additionally, Arger has been involved in various other legal matters, such as Evans versus City of Chicago, Jimenez versus City of Chicago, and Hobley versus Burge, which were significant civil rights cases. His involvement in these cases underscores his extensive experience in defending municipalities and public officials in complex legal disputes. Regarding allegations of misconduct, there have been reports of disciplinary complaints against Arger and other attorneys at Dykema Gossett However, these charges were denied, and the disciplinary commission declined to prosecute at that time. Of course they would. Hobley versus Berg is a landmark civil rights case that exposed systematic police torture in Chicago and led to significant legal and financial consequences for the city of Chicago and its police department. In 1987, Madison Hobley was wrongfully convicted of setting a fire that killed 7 people, including his wife and child. His sentence to death based on a coerced confession obtained through torture by Chicago Police Commander John Birch and his detectives. Hobley spent 16 years on death row before being pardoned in 2003 after new evidence revealed the torture and fabrication of evidence. In May 2023, Hobley filed a federal civil rights lawsuit, Hobley versus Birch, case numbers 03C3678 against Birch, several detectives in the city of Chicago alleging violations under 42 USC 1983 for torture, false imprisonment, and malicious prosecution. The case was consolidated with similar lawsuits from other victims of Burge's misconduct. The lawsuit uncovered a pattern of torture abuse by Burge and his colleagues at the Chicago Police Department Area 2 headquarters. Evidence included testimony, former detainees, forensic analysis, and internal documents. Key legal developments included analysis. Discovered of evidence. Plaintiffs sought documents related to Burge's termination, leading to the production of 52 boxes of documents by the city of Chicago. Deposition of Mayor Daley. Of course, Mayor Daley. Plaintiffs moved to dispose then Mayor Richard Daley, who also was Cook County State Attorney at the time of Hobley's conviction. The court ruled in favor of deposition, emphasizing the relevance of Daley's knowledge to that case. The court addressed the release of grand jury materials, balancing the need for transparency with the protection of witnesses' rights. In December 2007, the city of Chicago agreed to $19.8 million settlement with 4 men who were wrongfully convicted due to Burge's action, including Hobley. Hobley received $7.5 million with an immediate pay of $1 million. The remainder was held pending a federal murder investigation. In 2008, Burge was indicted on charges of perjury and obstruction of justice for lying under oath during the Hobley case. He was convicted in 2010 and sentenced to 4.5 years in federal prison. This has marked a rare instance of accountability for police misconduct in Chicago. Right. And so his buddy, John Hendricks, is a seasonal legal professional serving as the managing deputy corporation counsel for the city of Chicago's Department of Law. In his capacity, he plays a pivotal role in overseeing various divisions within the department, including constitutional rights and commercial litigation, employment litigation, federal civil rights, torts, and more. His responsibility encompassed managing legal teams, coordinating with outside counsel. He coordinated all right. He coordinated with her. And ensuring the city's legal interests are effectively represented. Hendricks has been with the city of Chicago since March 9th, 1987, accumulating over 3 decades of experience in municipal law. His extensive tenure underscores his deep involvement in the city's legal affairs and his familiarity with its complex legal landscape. He is a 1992 graduate of Harvard Law. He earned a PhD from the University of No Good, Chicago in 1999. His academic credentials reflect a strong foundation of corrupt legal practice and research. So then let's get on with Melanie Chico, who was like, they called her up. He's like, look, she's about to get some money in. We just can't have that happen because we need to continue to stall on this case over here. And we need you because Dennis Rafael, he's crashing out. He's going on her page every day. And yeah, just we gotta at least do something here. We have to do something. You understand? Like, cause she's saying that it's statute. It was 2 years, but it's really not. But it is insurance fraud. But like, come on, we have to do something, right? So Melanie J. Chico, her areas of client focus is litigation, commercial litigation, antitrust and trade regulation, IP litigation, product liability defense, class action defense, real estate disputes, data privacy and cybersecurity, Illinois Biometric Information Privacy Act, Pixel and Ad Tech privacy, artificial intelligence and innovation, and the industries automotive and transportation construction. Melanie Chico is the co-lead of the Biometric Information Privacy Act practice team and also serves as Dykema's Chicago's office managing member. She litigates complicated, high-stakes business disputes with the least disruption to the client while finding workable solutions both in and out of court. Every new matter is an opportunity to learn the facts, assess the law, and deploy her skills to successfully resolve disputes. Well, how you can successfully resolve this dispute, Miss Chico, is tell the city of Chicago to settle this case. That's how you can do it, okay? Because this cease and desist letter trying to scare me to take down my facts is crazy, because if you take me to court, I promise you, once I show the evidence of this man right here of 39 years committed insurance fraud, I promise you we'll be back in court, because I'm taking y'all asses to court for taking me to court for the facts. And the facts is he committed insurance fraud. All right. So let me see. I got to go back because I was trying to get my papers so I can start what I need to start. Okay. Because one thing what we're not going to do is play this game. We're not going to play this game. We're not going to play this game. I've been asked y'all to settle this case. I mean, before it even got this far, before even y'all made me go do the investigation, I was Matlock out here. Y'all made me be Matlock. So you may think I have some of the issues wrong, but nah, y'all literally you literally committed bad insurance fraud, like real talk. Like, so let me go, because I know I got this. So we're gonna take off. Let me put it back on, and then I'm gonna take this off so I can rest my case. All right. No, I already did this story because I was trying to. So I know I got some of this stuff saved. I just got to go back and see what I got. Start from here. Yeah, my pins. Yeah, I think this is the start of the stuff right here. So let me see. See what I got. No, This one. This is when that was my band letter. That's when I was bothered about that. So hold on. I don't know why. Yeah, I can do it like this. I can see. All right, y'all. So much better. All right, hold on. I'll be right with you. All right, we're going to start with this right here. So this is the demolition permit from the city of Chicago. Let me get mine on my side. All right. So demolition permit reads 808 West 80th Street. Now that's the side of, because I thought they were trying to be split, right? Because this is what they do. They knock down our buildings or try to mess things up and stuff like that. So they didn't put 79, 54, 79, 58 South Austin. They did the side of the building, right? So 80th West 80th Street. It says application type, permit, wrecking, demolition, cost $1. Application number 100730643. Application date 12/11/2017. Permit issue 12/11/2017. All right. They call it emergency wreck and remote, a 2-story masonry mixed use building. Owner, the city of Chicago. Address 121 North LaSalle. The wreck, type wreck, name Delta Demolition knocked it down, right? Expires 12/31/2017, the demolition contract. The total fee is $500. They paid it 12/11. Demolition, the demolition permit, 12/11/2017 is when they knocked the building down, right? So they say. Our electrician called, let us know in December the building was knocked down when he went over there, when he was supposed to go over there and do some electrical work that my mother was working on. My mother put $800,000 into this building because she was working on, my mother has a nonprofit called Notre Dame Affordable Housing, and she was working on her affordable housing for veterans, for her own thing, because she could not get any TIF money from David Moore or anybody else because they had already had plans to do what they wanted to do with this building, and they were going to give my mother a hard time. And when they see my mother wasn't going, they decided to call up Marlene Hopkins, and Marlene Hopkins did a favor and called up the demolition program, the demolition people, to go knock that building down, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna get that building. I'm not paying for it. I'm not giving y'all nothing for it, and y'all just gonna have to figure it out, because we knock down buildings all the time, and ain't nothing that you can do about it, because it's a machine. They know how to work. You understand? They want to play with the building violations, all that bullshit. Anyway, so this is that. So that's the demolition, right? So then my mother goes and get a police report. Down the street, 2 blocks away, is where actually Crystal, what's her name, Riviera, rest in peace, the police officer that was shot by her partner. She actually was at that place, at the police station. That's where she was out of. So my mother goes down there and gets a police report. All right. So then my mother goes down. I mean, she's trying to get a lawyer, trying to get to a lawyer, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to contact people down in the city. City don't know. My mother had a good relationship with Jesse White. Jesse White's making phone calls, trying to figure out, he acted like he don't know much, and then he want to do a little tumble because he know they all in on the bullshit, so he had to act like it. But he is getting her the right people to try to contact, to try to figure out what are the steps, because they just knocked this building down, and nobody don't want to talk about it or discuss it, right? So my mother gets that voicemail because Jesse White made a phone call to someone over in the City of Chicago Law Department, and the City of Chicago Law Department had that lady by the name of Ann reach out and give my mother them three options. So the first option was, she said that David Moore was supposed to offer, well, all of them was supposed to offer a little bit of compensation because, they get $1.5 million each ward for things like that situation that happened. And if he would have went to Ed Burke, because that's who was the chairman of finance at the time. Right now it's Pat Dow, but the chairman of finance at the time was Ed Burke. If he would have went to Ed Burke and offered us some type of compensation, and my mother probably would have taken it, and we would have went our own way. But that's too much like pride, right? So my mother filed the claim. This is the claim. The general liability property damage claim form. Okay. It has a name, an address where she was staying at the time, the police, the police report number, the date that it happened, December 11th, 2017, and a brief statement on what happened. Okay, I'll read that. Let's see. The City of Chicago demolished building owned by nonprofit Notre Dame Affordable Housing, which city in era thought belonged to the city. Street address 7954, 7958 South Halsted, and 808 West 808 West 810th 80th Street, Chicago, Illinois. That's exactly what that says. Phone number, December 11, 2017. Right. Okay. Now, she did what that lady said in the City of Chicago law. Now, I told you, Jesse White had somebody contact her, called up to the city. That lady left that voicemail. I'll let y'all listen to that voicemail in the beginning. I just need y'all to understand. I need y'all to follow me, because they out here sending cease and desist letters like they're crazy, and don't know the law, which they don't, because all these are DEI hires and don't know what they're doing. They all work. Look at this. She did a favor for this dude because her brother, who passed away, used to work for the city as assistant corporation counsel from 2020 to 2023. Okay, and they went and called her. They couldn't do it because they can't use Bradley Wilson no more, and they can't do it, so they hired an outside firm that still works within the city. That still works with the city to give me a cease and desist letter, and I guess I was supposed to be like, okay, all right, I'm not going to do anything. So here's the other part of the the other part of the claim. That is the name of a witness who was there. Her name was Jamie. And then we have the aggressive lending plays, and then reasons for claim and remedy sought. Illegal demolition, and how much, and then it was four one-bedroom apartments on one side. They would be renting to 8 homeless veterans, had the building secured, and City of Chicago buildings, the City Department report number, she got that, and have the witness signed the statement as well. All right, cool. So just want to let y'all know that. And so then my mother went in there and talked to this man right here. And he asked, when she first went in there, who sent you? That was his first man, right? His first thing he asked, who sent you? And then told her that it took a long. My mother said she was there for about an hour until she finally said, "Man, get my paperwork back, and I'm gonna go get an attorney." And he said, "Get an attorney? What you mean get an attorney?" No. If you need someone to talk to, I'll be the attorney. You understand? You don't need to do any of that. Just file your claim. We'll send you a letter. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. So she files the claim, and then she gets trying to figure out if they're both the same. She gets this letter. You guys won't be able to read it. I'll read it for y'all. October 19th, 2018, City of Chicago Department of Law City Claims Unit. Let me know too. I want to let you know too. The City of Chicago is self-insured, so it's us paying for these claims. Notre Dame Affordable Housing, our client, City of Chicago, claimant. Notre Dame Affordable Housing, lost date 12/11/2017. Our file number C117-501-29701. Dear Notre Dame Affordable Housing Incorporated, this letter will acknowledge receipt of your claim filed with the City of Chicago and will further serve to advise you that your claim is subject to a 1-year statute of limitations. The statute will expire on the 1-year anniversary of the loss. In the event prior to that date you fail to resolve or pursue further legal recourse, your ability to do so will forever be lost. Your claim is under investigation, and we will in contact with you upon its completion. Sincerely, Dennis Rafael, Claim Specialist, 312-744-5652. Right? Man, he told her, dated October 9th, 2018, 12/11/2017, when the statute, that's when they knocked down the bill. And I gave y'all the permit. I showed y'all the permit. And the permit, City of Chicago, they said it was theirs. They steal property. So that's why I said they tried to take the property and say it was the city's. That's why they messed up. They didn't think nobody was gonna fight. So they all messed up. But anyway, she gets that. So then after that, she receives, my mother goes and tries to get an attorney. And the attorney, it was October 24th, 2018. Let me get the attorneys. At first, they were going to take the case. They were all good taking the case, all that. They saw the evidence. Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, gonna be. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. You get this letter. This letter says it's from Gainsbourg Law. Notice of non-representation, demolition 808 West 80th Street building. This letter is to advise you, dear Ms. Marshall, letter to advise you that Gainsbourg and his attorneys cannot represent you in a matter regarding the demolition. Notice the statute of limitations 1 year from occurrence. The city of Chicago notified us that the building was demolished on October 12th, 2017. This may be considered the date of loss. Therefore, you contacted us over 1 year after the demolition passed and after the statute of limitations ran any claim against the city of Chicago for this building demolition. However, the argument may be that the statute of limitations began to run when you had notice of the demolition. The permit was issued for the demolition on December 11th, 2017. You are advised to file a lawsuit against the city as soon as possible. Avoid having your claims related to the demolition extinguished due to the statute of limitations. You have 1 year from the occurrence to file a claim in Illinois Civil Court for demolition of your building. Filing claim with the insurance. This city of Chicago has informed me that the notice was placed in a building regarding the demolition on October 6th, and the barricades around the building was placed October 10th. You may be sending Freedom's information to act to the City of Chicago Building Commissioner. Now, if you look at the Freedom of Act, none of that is there because they did not do anything right, anything appropriate. So they're saying that the demolition paper was wrong, that the demolition permit was wrong. It actually happened in October 12th, 2017. This is what they say. Now, just say we go with it. Just say we're going to go with their corrupt, their line of story. They just lie all the time. Let's say we do that. They knocked down a commercial mixed use building. And the city of Chicago, when you talk to anybody that's black, and they say it's building violations and all that stuff, that's why they knocked it down. Now, when you knock down anybody's building, you get the lien. They put a lien on it. They charge you for knocking down this building, all this stuff. We never got any liens. We never got any of those things because all of that is a lie, number one. Number two is the statute of limitations, according to this permit that you guys put, because it was the city of Chicago. Y'all fucked up because y'all just thought y'all was going to take the building. But anyway, you can take that land because y'all promised that land and that building to somebody. But the statute of limitation, if the permit is December 11, 2017 expires December 31st, 2017, and that time frame is when the building was knocked down. But this man right here, is going to say, this is what, now he told the lawyer that when he wrote my mother, now that's October 24th, 2018, they did not send another letter out They didn't send another letter out until December 3rd, 2018. And it says, Dear Charlene Marsh, this time for Charlene, not even Notre Dame, even though it says our client, City of Chicago, Clement, Notre Dame Affordable Housing, 10/11/2017. The office represents the City of Chicago, which is self-insured for general liability coverage to the above caption date of incident. Our principal, the City of Chicago, has requested that we advise you that upon completion of investigation, that they find that they were unable to assist you with any settlement of damage or costs which you may have sustained due to this incident. Our principal regrets that it must decline any claim resulting from this incident. Sincerely, Dennis Rafael, AIC Claims Specialist, 312-744-5652. That's what he said. That's what this man said. All right. So then we're going to talk about this right here. All right. The demolition permit is dated 12/11/2017. The owner, City of Chicago, contractor, Delta Demolition. This is the city's own permit for demolishing our building. This is the last date they gave us, 12/11/2017. The first letter from Dennis Rafael, which was 10/19/2018, read the section where he acknowledges receipt of the claim, emphasized that he states a 1-year statute expiring 12/11/2018. Point out, this means that the city had our claim almost 2 months before the deadline. Okay. Then 12/3/2018, I read y'all the denial. They did not deny it for being late. They just refused to pay, right? Okay. Their own documents prove the claim was timely. If that wasn't bad faith, then what is? The City of Chicago confirmed my claim was filed within the 1-year statute of limitations under the Illinois Tort Immunity Act. Demolition permit, December 11/2017. The first letter came from him October 19th, 2018. He acknowledges, Raphael's acknowledgement came nearly 2 months before the stated deadline. The denial letter date, December 3rd, 2018, the denial was not due to lateness, but because of refusal to pay. That constitutes bad faith handling of the claim. If Mr. Raphael denied the claim on instructions from others, it may warrant investigation of proper authority. That's why I say he needs to be investigated. Had the claim been approved and supported by city documentation, the issue would not have escalated, and I would not have been all over the internet talking about bad faith insurance by this man who has been a claim adjuster for 39 years. As a third-party administrator for the city, CorVel is defending him, which raises the conflict of interest concerns, which will be addressed pending litigation. Despite official documents supporting the claim, the city has refused resolution. So I will continue to speak publicly about the facts with documents to support my position. Dennis Rafael still works as a claim adjuster for the City of Chicago. And one of the things that irritates me, because when you think about the whole situation, I remember some of the Negro aldermen who don't know anything and just so used to them telling us whatever, anything. I remember Greg Mitchell saying to me that the city has police powers if they want to knock down a building. I'm like, you can't knock down a building unless you go to buildings court. You cannot knock down a building unless you have proper notification document. You just can't do that. I know that y'all just tell us anything and we go with it because we're just brainwashed that just America hates us so much and we can't get nothing done and anything like that. And we're going to continue to keep the same dumbass narrative in 2025. But I know the law, and I know at the end of the day, stop playing with me. Department of Buildings, the deputy commissioner at the time, now she is the commissioner, was Marlene Hopkins. She oversees demolition permits. Let me put her up here. I'd like to show her. She thinks she untouchable. She thinks she untouchable. All right, I put it up there. Oversees demolition permits, code enforcement, inspections. Department of Building failed to prevent or investigate the unlawful demolition, but they don't investigate anything, as you see. She doesn't care, and she just installs. The city of Chicago, the Department of Law handles all lawsuits and legal defenses for the city, defends city actions in court. And then you have the risk management and CorVel. City is self-insured, so risk management decides payouts. CorVel, third-party administrator, handles paperwork, investigations, and calculations. Dennis Rafael denied the claims despite evidence is a clear bad faith move. I would like to say that police powers don't override proper procedures or due process. The Department of Business Oversight Deputy Commissioner Hopkins' role in CorVel denial shows systematic failure. And my statement about the case are fact-based, even if the city sends a cease and desist letter. My family filed a federal case regarding bad faith insurance and city misconduct, which has been delayed for years over here with all of the evidence showing everything. But Melanie up here, was told to send a assist and desist letter on behalf of me, of Rafael and CorVel, trying to silence my public statement. She does not represent the city, only private clients connected to the city operations. Now, Melanie's brother worked for the city of Chicago, I told y'all that, giving her family insight with the city's legal operation. Private clients tied to the city, represented by someone with family inside, creates layers of protection and influence. That's how the machine continues to go. Ordinary citizens face bureaucratic delays, neglect, and bad faith insurance, while insiders remain shielded. The system perpetuates itself through these connections. Okay? Now, I'm speaking the truth, backed by evidence of bad faith insurance. Okay? And the truth is the defense against defamation or misinformation claims, if you decide that y'all want to escalate legally, my attorney can show overreach and documented misconduct. So I'm ready if you guys want to take it to another level so y'all can hurry up and go settle my family's case so I can continue to live my life. All right? Now, this isn't just about my family. It's about exposing a system that protects insiders while communities suffer. Okay? I want y'all to understand that. Now, there are other people that work at DIKEMA's Chicago office. Okay? The office is one of DIKEMA's larger with over 80 attorneys and government policy advisors. The office offers, I told you what it offers. So they've got these good, great people like, y'all have to all recycle and all work together. So we got. We got my man right here. This is Aaron Dorsey. He's an associate at the Kima's Chicago office, focusing on real estate and environmental matters. Prior to joining the Kima, he worked for the City of Chicago's Department of Planning and Development, where he gained experience negotiating redevelopment agreements for private developments, seeking tax increment financing, TIF, property tax abatements, and other economic development incentives. Okay, he comes from the good city of Chicago, and then they passed him on over to this law firm that just sent me assist in this letter. And then we have John T. Donovan, Government Policy Advisor and Counsel, Chicago office. John T. Donovan serves as a government policy advisor and counsel at the Kima's Chicago office. Before joining the Kima, he served as a special counsel for legislative affairs on the Cook County Sheriff Thomas J. Dart. Okay, they all work together, and then I told you who the OG is. The original. This is who they called up. He said, you know what? He said they called up. What was my man name? Now, John Hendricks, because John Hendricks, he's really the corporation counsel. This guy really is the corporation counsel, because Mary Richardson Lousy has no idea what she's doing. So he's calling the shots. So he called up his good guy, his old buddy, his old pal. Well, no, they're probably still friends. They're probably watching this together right now. Okay. Now you don't say white men that's holding me back. John Hendricks, he's definitely. Now this white man right here, that white man, where you at? Okay, him. He works for the city of Chicago. While y'all saying Trump is the problem. No. Him right here. He's stopping them from settling this case. This white man right here, John Hendricks. Okay. This white man right here. He is the one running shots down there at City Hall. And the city is the law department. This man right here. Okay. That's a racist piece of shit. Him. And then I'm gonna tell you who else is holding up my case and a conflict of interest, and they keep putting him on all my cases. They couldn't have him send the cease and desist letter. Come on. I put him on. He all over my internet. He all that too. He didn't do his due diligence, and he also is saying he's fighting the case. He's saying that he was not aware that we owned, and my godfather owned that building, even though we have letters from the city of Chicago law department sent to the trust. But he wasn't aware, and he actually put that in a lawsuit. This is what we're dealing with. So he's holding me back to Bradley Wilson. So those two white men right there for sure. And then we got my man right here, is who John, that's his buddy, old pal, Harry. He went to Harry and he said, I'll have Mel do it. Get her feet wet, I'll have her do those. I'll do it for her brother. You understand? Get her feet wet or whatever. So yeah, because our brother was assistant corporate counsel from 2020 to 2023 until unfortunately he passed away. So pass the baton to Mel. Pass it to Mel. And Mel said, you know what? I'll write it. I will write the cease and desist letter, and I will tell her she has until August 19th to take it down. And I'll throw in that her little battery, her little arrest for battery, girl. My record does not matter. That battery at the city of Chicago, that was because they wanted me to never come back. They thought they was going to scare me, put some charges on me. They thought that I was going to I've been locked up before. I've been to prison before. I've been to Bedford Correctional Facility. I've been to Beacon. I have totally changed. My whole life has changed. I am out here doing it the righteous way. There's nothing that you guys can bring up about me or my past to make me feel bad when all y'all do are criminals. You right here, you ain't right. You ain't right. You know damn well that was the dumbest thing for you to do was write me a cease and desist letter for a nigga who committed bad faith insurance. Wrong. Yes, I want him arrested. I want his life. I don't want him. He should not be doing any claims. Nothing at all. And I got this picture from his LinkedIn page. His LinkedIn page. This is on his LinkedIn page. Just like all these, just like this was on his LinkedIn page. This was on y'all website. On your website. He put this. He chose to put this picture on his LinkedIn. He did. So how? He's the one who got his information out there of him being there for 39. I didn't know he was there for 39 years. This is all his. He wrote his own bio on his own LinkedIn. He still works for the city of Chicago. So my thing is he committed bad faith insurance fraud. He should be not doing any more claims at all. At all. I don't even the CorVel, you crazy for keeping the man. So I don't understand how y'all mad at me for calling out the bullshit in my mother's case because the city of Chicago will not settle this case. Y'all, we got all of the evidence. We got a voicemail. We've got all the paperwork. We have the demolition parent paper. Y'all straight fumbled. Y'all were trying to steal this property like y'all always do. Y'all trying to steal the rest of my godfather's land, just like y'all got that Save-A-Lot sitting on the other part of his land with a government-run grocery store, because that's what it is, the Yellow Banana, with the city giving them money to run this grocery store, and y'all will not settle this case because y'all already know that we coming for the city-run government grocery store. Because my godfather got all of the paperwork for that. Y'all are criminals. Straight criminals. Y'all committed a whole RICO. You, Dennis Rafael, Bradley Wilson out here, you shouldn't have your law license. You should not have your law license at all. You out here hanging on by a thread because you didn't do your due diligence. You got Marlene Hopkins who, the little village implosion. I did a video, a whole thing on that. She just still out here. Just come on, man. Y'all installed these incompetent weirdos because they're all incompetent and weirdos, all of them. Where's she at? All right. An incompetent weirdo. right here, Marlene Hopkins. Yeah, she didn't do her due diligence, but she didn't care about doing the due diligence because she is running an unlawful, illegal, eminent domain scheme in the buildings department by using police powers and saying anything and getting away with it. And we're paying her with our tax dollars. She's making big money. She's been there for over 25 years and so used to just knocking shit down and doing what she want to do. This is what we on. So she needs to be fired. Alderman Moore needs to be out of all, like, needs to not, like, yeah, he needs to be voted out. He needs to resign. I think you could have easily offered my family compensation. Y'all all get $1.5 million for each of y'all awards. That's the whole purpose. You could have offered, instead of telling my godfather, they wasn't supposed to knock that building down. That was the wrong building they were supposed to knock down. I didn't know they knocked that building down. You knew they knocked that building down. You knew they knocked that building down. And you not being a public servant and not being a leader, and I'm trying to tell you, you special ed, you really shouldn't even be in there, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, you David Moore, you messed up. You shouldn't be in there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all you guys. And then you have an incompetent mayor who, if he really was about Black people and families and communities and stuff like that, he wouldn't abduct me all summer going in other doors, knowing that I was protesting outside because of the city of Chicago knocking my family's building down. Like you and your weird ass advisor, which is he's a cokehead, so maybe that's why. But Jason Lee, that's your advisor. Your advisor didn't advise you to be like, hey man, it's a girl that's protesting now. She been coming down here for shit. We on 17 weeks, man. Like we need to go sit down and talk to her, or we need to figure out what it is. No, y'all decided to go through every other door to duck me, and now we're here. So this is the incompetent mayor who's investing in the people and what did he say? He said the city of Chicago picked him to do the job, and he is not doing no job. He's fucking terrible because the cartel runs him. But this is his advisor, and his advisor did not advise him to sit down and see what the problem is and find a solution, right? He can't find a solution. He can't do anything because who's running it? Who's running? John Hendricks. See, he hurried up and got, I don't know how I got, this is a miracle I still got this picture. I've noticed the white guys, they delete all their pictures and stuff where you hardly can find it. I don't want you to, but yeah, so he's really running. So yeah, so that's how that goes. So am I going to delete anything? Absolutely not. Dennis Rafael. I'm not, but I will give you some words of advice since you do watch my YouTubes. And you're lucky I didn't make this a famous Friday. Lucky I didn't do that. Mr. Rafael, if you would like me to take down my truth about you and what you did and what you committed, I would ask you, we got two options. You can meet me publicly and you can tell me who told you to deny my claim. You can send me or have somebody send me an email to tell me who told you to deny my family's claim. You can be a man and tell the city to settle the case and own up to what you did and let it be over. And then it is what it is because you did commit bad faith insurance fraud. And maybe you guys don't consider that's what it is. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you didn't do your due diligence. However, who told you to deny this claim? Or you could tell John to settle the case. Tell Mary Richardson Lowry to settle the case. Y'all all know each other. You've been there for 39 years. Now you've been there now for like 42, 43 years, because when I first started I was 39. So you had 39 years. You've been there. I'm 39 years old. So you've been there long as that. My man has been there. John Hendricks has been there since 1987. That's 38 years. And then you have Mary Richardson Lowry. She's been in there since 1991. So she's been there. She's been there for a minute too. Let's see. Let me see where she at. This was Deli baby right here. Deli's girl. Deli's girl. She been around the world. Yep. So you can tell her and just go ahead. And she's been there long enough, so she knows as well. So all these people know. So my thing is, y'all can file that lawsuit, and I can prove my truth right here in the courts. Prove in court, and then sue y'all for trying to scare me and basically just try to lie and try to make it seem like I'm a liar. I'm not lying. None of this stuff is false. All this is truth. And y'all should have been settling the case. And that's just what it is. When you FOIA any information, y'all have got it so messed up over there that y'all have tried to delete stuff, mess stuff, but y'all can't really do nothing because the systems are so old. So all that stuff is still in there. And my mother happens to have copies of everything, including a voicemail that y'all are sick about. So yeah, so that's it. Those are my words to you, Mr. Rafael. You let me know who told you to deny the claim, and we can go from there. And I can say you can tell me publicly, meet up, or they have my email address. So because I got the cease and desist letter, so you can send an email and you can let me know about that. Or we can talk about negotiations. You can tell everybody to start negotiating with my family, so we can put this away, arrest, like how y'all did, how the city settled with the Garda people, the lawsuit people when it came to the tent city, how y'all have probably settled this lawsuit when it came to that lawsuit about that migrant crisis money. I think NBC or one of them put a lawsuit out. They don't talk about that no more, so you hurry up and settle those. So you can do the same thing with me. What's the difference between me? What's the difference between me? Because it's only going to continue to get bigger because my fan base is growing, and my support system is growing organically, and I have a very strong group of conservative people that follow me and support me and support Chicago Fifth Red and support the righteous things that I'm doing and calling out the corruption and the hypocrisy while y'all are trying to blame it on systematic racism and oppression, when the only people that are doing the oppressing and the systematic racism thing are y'all. Y'all are holding me back from settling my family's case when y'all are in the wrong. We have all the evidence to show y'all are in the wrong, and y'all are legit just holding back. And I guess you're holding back because y'all broke too, because y'all ain't got no money. Because the man just stole all the money, this mayor. And then y'all are the rest of the other money that y'all have, y'all paying out in unlawful police misconduct cases from some terrible sergeants and stuff. $1 billion. But all right, so that's so yeah, I'm gonna keep this picture. I'm gonna keep this YouTube up until y'all settle my case, and then maybe we can talk about deleting them after that. But until then, yeah, that's how this is gonna work. So don't send me no more citizen cease letters. Do what y'all gotta do. File the lawsuit, because I'm not taking nothing down. Peace.